So good day everyone, I am the 10th reporter in General Chemistry 1. So today we are going to talk about calculate molar mass from colligative proper data. So the learning objectives are define colligative properties and explain what they depend on, distinguish between freezing point depression, boiling point elevation, vapor pressure lowering and osmotic pressure. Use experimental colligative property data to calculate the molar mass of an unknown solute. So apply the Van Hoff factor when solutes dissociate. So what are colligative properties? Colligative properties are physical properties of solutions that depend only on the number of solute particles, not their chemical identity. So here are the colligative properties. The first one is freezing point depression. The next one is the boiling point elevation. The third one is osmotic pressure, and the last one is lowering of vapor. So why colligative properties matters? They allow chemists to experimentally determine molar mass by observing how a solute changes a solvent's properties. So Van Hoff factors tells how many particles a solute produces in solution. So let's move on to the formulas and explanation of each colligative properties. So the first colligative property is the freezing point depression. So the formula of freezing point depression is delta T sub F is equals to I times K sub F times M. What is freezing point depression? When you dissolve a solute like salt or sugar in water, the freezing point goes down. This is why seawater freezes at a lower temperature than pure water, and why salt is used to melt ice on roads. Solute particles disrupt the formation of the solid crystal structure, so the solvent needs colder temperature to freeze. Here's the example problem of freezing point depression. The problem is you dissolve 2.0 gram of sugar in 50 gram of water. Freezing point decreases by 0.186 degrees Celsius. Water is K sub F equals to 1.86 degrees Celsius kilogram per mole. Sugar does not dissociate, so Van Hoff factor is equals to 1. So find the molar mass. Step 1, write the formula. So this is our formula, which is delta T sub F is equals to I times K sub F times M. So step 2, solve for molality. Molality tells us how many moles of solute are in 1 kilogram of solvent. M is equals to delta T sub F over I times K sub F is equals to 0.186 over 1 times 1.86. So this is the solute particles. This is the Van Hoff factor, and this is the measurement of the water. So it equals to 0.10 mole per kilogram. Step 3 is we're going to convert solvent mass. We're going to convert the 50 grams of water, which is where the salt dissolves. 50 grams is 0.050 kilograms if we were going to convert it. Step 4, calculate moles of solute. So moles equals to M times kilogram solvent is equals to 0.10 times 0.050 is equals to 0.005 mole. So we're just going to multiply the moles to the converted solvent mass, and it equals to 0.005 mole. So step 5 is calculate molar mass. So M is equals to mass of solute over moles is equals to 2.0 over 0.005 and equals to 400 grams per mole. The 2.0 is we're going to divide to 0.005. 2.0 is the measurement of the salt, and 0.005 is the moles. If we divide it, it equals to 400 grams per mole. So the answer is the molar mass of sugar is 400 grams per mole. So now we're moving on to the boiling point elevation. The formula can be read as delta T sub B is equals to I times K sub B times M. So what is boiling point elevation? When you dissolve something like salt or sugar in water, the solution boils at a slightly higher temperature than pure water. This happens because solute particles interfere with the escape of solvent particles into the gas phase, so more heat is needed to boil the solution. The example problem of boiling point elevation is 3.00 gram of a non-electrolyte solute is dissolved in 50.0 gram of water. The boiling point rises by 0.256 degrees Celsius. So K sub B is equals to 0.512 degrees Celsius kilogram per mole. So find the molar mass. Step 1 is write the formula. Delta T sub B is equals to I times K sub B times M. So this is our formula. Step 2 is solve for molality. M is equals to delta T sub B over I times K sub B is equals to 0.256 over 1 times 0.512 is equals to 0.500 mole per kilogram. So this is the boiling point rises. This is the measurement of that. So this is the K sub B, which is the water. And this is the Van Hoff factor. Step 3 is convert solvent mass. Just like to the first colligative property, we're going to convert the solvent mass. 50.0 gram is equals to 0.0500 kilogram. Step 4 is calculate moles of solute. So we're going to calculate the moles and the solvent mass, and it equals to 0.0250 mole. The last step is calculate molar mass. So M is equals to 2.0 over 0.0250 mole is equals to 120.0 gram per mole. So we're just going to divide these two, and it equals to 120.0 gram per mole. So our molar mass comes out to 120 grams per mole. The third colligative property is the vapor pressure lowering. The formula can be read as delta P equals the mole fraction of the solute times the vapor pressure of the pure solvent. So what is vapor pressure lowering? Vapor pressure lowering is a colligative property that states that the vapor pressure of a solvent decreases when a non-volatile solute is added to form a solution. When solute particles are present in the solvent, they occupy space on the surface, reducing the number of solvent molecules that can escape into the gas phase. Because fewer solvent molecules can evaporate, the vapor pressure above the solution becomes lower than the vapor pressure of the pure solvent. Example problem of vapor pressure lowering. The problem is, a closed container of pure water has a certain vapor pressure. If we add sugar, the vapor pressure drops because fewer water molecules are available to evaporate. The numerical example of vapor pressure lowering is if pure water's vapor pressure is 24 millimeters of mercury and sugar's mole fraction is 0.10. So delta P is equals to 0.10 times 24 is equals to 2.4 millimeters of mercury. So the step 1 is write the formula. Rolle's law for the lowering. So delta P equals the mole fraction of the solute times the vapor pressure of the pure solvent. This formula gives how much the vapor pressure is reduced when you add a non-volatile solute. Step 2 is substitute the numbers. Delta P is equals to 0.10 times 24.0 millimeters of mercury. So the 0.10 is the sugar moles fraction, and the 24.0 millimeters of mercury is the water's vapor pressure. So the next step is multiply, which is the result of the step 2. So delta P is equals to 2.4 millimeters of mercury. Step 4 is find the vapor pressure of the solution. So the vapor pressure of the solution equals the vapor pressure of the pure solvent minus the change in vapor pressure. So we're just going to minus the water vapor pressure to the result of step 2 and step 3. So it equals to 21.6 millimeters of mercury. So the final result or the final answer is the solution's vapor pressure is 21.6 millimeters of mercury. The last colligative property is the osmotic pressure. The formula can be read as pi is equals to I times m times r times t. The I is the Van Hoff factor, the m is the molarity, the r is the gas constant, the t is the temperature in Kelvin. So what is osmotic pressure? Osmotic pressure is the minimum pressure needed to stop osmosis, the natural movement of water molecules from a region of lower solute concentration to a region of higher solute concentration through a semipermeable membrane. A semipermeable membrane allows water to pass through, but not dissolute particles, like salt, sugar, or ions. Because water wants to dilute the more concentrated side, it flows across the membrane. The pressure required to prevent this flow is called osmotic pressure. So the example problem of osmotic pressure is red blood cells placed in pure water swell and burst because water moves into the cell, where solutes are more concentrated. That's osmotic pressure at work. A semipermeable membrane separates pure water from a solution of glucose with molarity m is equals to 0.20 mol per liter at T equals 298 Kelvin. Assume glucose does not ionize, so the Van Hoff factor is 1, and calculate the osmotic pressure pi of the solution in atmosphere. So let's move on to the steps. So step 1 is write the formula. So pi is equals to I times m times r times t. So step 2 is identify known values. So Van Hoff factor, which is the I, is equals to 1, m is equals to 0.20 mol per liter, r is equals to 0.0821 liter, point atmosphere mol times Kelvin, and T equals to 298 Kelvin. Step 3 is plug in the values. Pi is equals to 1 times 0.20 times 0.0821 times 298. So step 4, compute the product. 0.20 times 0.0821 is equals to 0.01642. So 0.01642 times 298 is approximately 4.89. So the final answer is pi approximately 4.89 atmospheres. There are two formulas that we use to the four colligative properties. The first one is the molality. M is equals to the moles of solute over kilogram of solvent. The next formula is the molar mass. M is equals to the mass of solute over moles of solute. Key points to remember. Delta T sub F and delta T sub V depend on number of solute particles. Include I, Van Hoff factor, for ionic solutes. Convert solvent mass to kilograms for molality. Steps: delta T to molality to moles to molar mass.